All right, everybody. There's a trend out there that we've all seen about teenage drivers, and it's pretty apparent that less and less want to drive these days. And I don't know exactly why. And I went on and did a little bit of research, and the data is out there, and it's true that they don't want to drive nearly as much as they did when we were young. And you can remember it, I remember it, turning, when I was that age, it was 15, then it turned to 16, and people were running out wanting to get their driver's license right away and get on the road. And for some reason, the kids these days don't want to do that nearly as much. And here's what the data has to say. In 1983, they took a poll, or did a study of 16-year-olds and 19-year-olds, and in 1983, of the 16-year-olds, 47% of them had their license. And so a lot of people say, oh, well, the driving age is a lot higher, like in Louisiana, to get your full-on license, you have to be 17. And so, well, the data also shows that in 2014, that number is down to 24%. So over a 20% drop over that, 20-year period or 30-year period. And the 19-year-olds, which is very interesting, has dropped nearly 20% as well, about 18% over that same time period. So why do they want to drive less now? There are different options out there. There's Uber and Lyft, and there's other things that prevent them from getting out on the roads. They're on the internet more, and so they're not having a need to get out and mix it up with their friends. A lot of people say that they're just simply scared to drive. They don't want to get involved in an accident or have anything go wrong. They've had bad experiences whenever they were behind the wheel or driver's ed, or when other people were driving them around. The roads are much more congested these days with a lot more traffic, so that could potentially be another part that aids in scaring them as well, and not wanting to deal with traffic and being stuck out on the roads. And then there's a lot more obstacles on the road as well. So construction, traffic, you have pedestrians, much more friendly with pedestrians and bicycles. And so those types of things on the road lead to teens wanting to drive less. And so as a parent, is this something that makes you feel good or it makes you feel bad? At some point you want your kid to have independence and to go out on their own, but at the same time, a 19-year-old without a license seems a little bit odd, and so we want to figure out why they're of the age to go to college, but yet they don't want to drive a vehicle. So again, Seth Smiley from the Smiley Law Firm with another edition of the Parents of Teen Drivers Facebook group. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave them down at the bottom, and we'll be happy to respond to them and give you an answer back. Thank you so much.